Hi everyone, in this video I want to talk about finding missing sides of 45, 45, 90 triangles. Here are the two problems that we'll do, and to make sure we don't take ourselves too seriously, let's think about the fun question. What is the best advice you could give to someone a few years younger than you? So on the math section, you will see geometry, plenty of it, and there will be triangle questions. This is called special right triangles, so it falls under polygons. So we are dealing with right triangles specifically. And if you see two 45-degree angles with, the right triangle mark, the 90-degree mark, that tells you that there is going to be a special pattern taking place in that triangle. Okay, let's draw this a little more straight. So if we have our 45, 45, 90 triangle here, let's call this side A. If that smaller side called the leg is called A, then there's a theorem in geometry that says, if this 45 degrees goes across from A, then if there's another 45-degree angle, or, just if those angles are congruent, then the sides across from them will also be congruent. So if we have one that's A, the other one's A. And that's just a variable, whatever, 3, 4, 5, however long. But then there is a theorem that also says that the hypotenuse is going to be length A root 2. So meaning, like, if you multiplied root 2 by the A, let's call it 3. If A is 3, then A root 2 would be the 3 root 2. So if you look at this first problem, it's giving us the A. So I want to label, this is my little a, this is my little a, and then this side would be A root 2. Now the directions say to find the missing lengths and to leave the answers as radicals as opposed to decimals. So if my A is 5 root 2, then this A, this Y, will also be 5 root 2. But then what's funny about this one is the hypotenuse, it needs to be in the form A root 2, but we already have a side that's length 5 root 2. So to figure that out, it's going to be like A root 2, we are plugging in an A that is equal to 5 root 2. But then we have to tack on another root 2, and we're multiplying. This is multiplication. So then this would be 5 root 4, which is the same thing as 5 times 2. And so our x is equal to 10. So moral of the story, x is equal to 10, y is equal to 5 root 2. Okay, now number 2 is a little bit harder. The 8 is in the A root 2 spot. And then we are asked to find basically the little a's. So what I need to do is think about if an 8 or an integer whole number is taking the place of something that should have a root 2 tacked on the end. We have to figure out what the A is. We're trying to figure out what A would make that make sense. So one way that we could do that is just solve for the A here. So what I want to do is divide by root 2, and I get A is equal to 8 over root 2. Oh, but I can't leave. a radical in the denominator. So this is when I rationalize it by doing 8 root 2 over, and then square root 2 times square root 2 is square root 4. So that's going to be 2. How do I simplify that? 8 over 2 simplifies to 4, and then slap that square root 2 on the end. So now the a is equal to, or the, it's xy, is equal to 4 root 2. So now I have my final answer. X is equal to 4 root 2. Y matches, also equal to 4 root 2. So try practice problems. They're very similar to the ones I gave you. I would say this first practice problem is the easiest of all 4 of them. But this second one makes you, solve for the X and the Y using a similar process as that second one. So why don't you pause the video and try them? I will reveal the answers. Okay, answers are here. So in the first one, it's pretty straightforward because the answers are just 6 and 6. However, in the second one, you really have to use that, some basics of radicals to help you solve this. So you would set that a root 2 equal to 3, and then solve for, both sides. A little bit of inspiration to leave you with. Fill your brain with giant dreams so it has no room for petty pursuits. That's Robin Sharma's quote that I really, really like. So I hope this video helped you in some way, and feel free to put your answers to the fun question in the comments and subscribe if you'd like to keep up with new videos. Thank you.